So, I bet you thought I was done with movie references. I'm just not. I'm just not done. Let's get on with it. What's up, guys? ChasingLamely here, and welcome back to episode number 69 of Passport to Poland. Seems rather appropriate. This is episode number 69, for we are making the trip to Amsterdam in order to play Ajax. In fact, we're going to play Ajax twice in this episode, because I'm going to go from here to here, and I'll show you what happened in those games in between. Since we last met, the only thing you've actually missed is, well, we've played Wisla Krakow and we've lost. Things aren't going well in the league. We lost to Hojnachenka, I believe we saw that in the last episode. That was a bit of a disaster. We're currently sitting 6th in the Extraclasse, and we only have one game in hand, which at best, if we win that single game in hand, would put us up to 3rd. We're not out of the running for the league, but we can't really afford to lose many more games, because I've got a feeling that ChasingLamely are going to continue doing bits, if I'm perfectly honest, but that's pretty much it. So we are off to Amsterdam in our first game to play Ajax. They are massive odds-on favourites. They're in excellent form. We've got Magoma and Divine out for the game, which is slightly worrying. I forgot to take Reece Divine out of the squad. Let's fix that. Do I have a better option than putting Makoviak in? I really don't. Ooh. Well, things just got a little bit worse, didn't they? I said they got a lot worse very, very quickly. I didn't realise I hadn't swapped him out, or that my best option was Makoviak. Okay, well this just got bad. I guess we better get into it. The team today is going to be Sherpen, Cruz, Gomez, Guay, Makoviak, Rico, Longstaff, Gonzalez, Lis, Shimchak and Seferovic are continuing up top, purely because they're scoring goals, and I can't afford to not have people scoring goals right now, so they're going to carry on as they are. So let's get into the game, but before we do, a very, very quick prediction of how today's game is going to go.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, Vlugingen Holland.
Did you say Vleugelkemheimler?
Yes. For the love of God, Vlugenheimler.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
As you wish.
Bring on the Vleugelkemheimler!
Wait, what? Uh-oh.
So, after that terrifying glimpse into the future, I really apologise if anyone was feeling a little bit infirm and hadn't expected that, but there we go. Looking at their team, they've got Joel Matip in their squad, which is slightly disconcerting. Joel Matip, of course, the ex-Liverpool centre-half, who's actually pretty good. He'd probably get into our team with quite a lot of ease. So he's a man to worry about. I like the fact they've got a guy called Timber, Jurien Timber, Dutch under-21 international, who spent his entire career at Ajax. Another product of their youth system, who would definitely be among our best players. Wouldn't be as good as Felipe Cruz, apparently, which is comforting. Who else have we got here? Tagliafico, who is an Argentine international with 54 caps, who, okay, might not be the worst player here, I'm not going to lie. He's not as good as Reece Divine, but we don't have Reece Divine. I'm starting to feel a bit more, the more I look at this team, the better I feel about it. Lisandro Martinez, another Argentine international. How does he stack up next to our best players? Okay. Guys, this is going to go so badly. So badly. Who else? Do I recognise anyone else here? Gravenberch. Where's Ryan Gravenberch come from? He's a full Ajax youth player. He is, when he's playing centre mid, he is as good as Matty Longstaff. And when he's playing up wide, hopefully he's not quite as good. Soncha Hansen, another Ajax youth product, who apparently would be the weakest player in their team from what we've seen so far. He would be our 3rd best attacking midfielder, probably 4th best, because Lis would be better than him. You know, just going off what I know of the guy. Yeah. And Taylor Richards didn't even make our squad selection for the Champions League. We've got this guy who's their top assist maker, Mana Solomon, the Israeli international, who is at Shakhtar in real life, not at Ajax, but yeah, he's good. He, he's an alright player. Which Traore is this up top? This is Lassina Traore. Lassina Traore, real life at Ajax, spent season at Charleroi. Yeah. He's as good as Haris Seferovic, so that's interesting. Who else have we not looked at? We'll look at Darun, why not? Darun, a 32-year-old Dutch international who apparently still better than Matthew Longstaff. He's been at Ajax for a while, spent some time at Atalanta apparently. And who else have we not looked at? We've not looked at Hoogland, the regen, who apparently, who's he wanted by? He's wanted by Arsenal. He's probably pretty good. Yeah. Alright. So there are areas where they're as good as us and areas where they're significantly stronger, but if we can attack their fullbacks, we might be okay. Andre Onana, the long-term Ajax goalkeeper, who has played for Barcelona apparently. Better than Kjell Scherpen, who we obviously signed from Ajax, which is to be expected. Anyone on the bench who definitely jumps out as being someone I should worry about. Probably people I should worry about, but no one jumping out at me. So, let's get into it. Let's just take our medicine, take it the hard way. Makoviak's really, really, really got to perform today. Otherwise, we're in trouble. As the leading scorers, we're looking forward to the positive match in front of goal. Well, we try and score goals, yeah. I don't think we're going to write off Ajax for any reason. He'll perform there because he has performed there forever. Felipe Cruz needs to keep his form up. That is ideal because he is our best man to be kind of taking Ajax apart down the sides. I don't think Makoviak is going to be much going forward. It would be nice to be able to pick up a point at least off these 2 games against Ajax because, you know, at least then we can say we put in a good solid effort. I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibility we could beat Ajax. They're certainly the weakest of our 3 opposing teams in the group, our 3 rivals in the group. Igor Gomez has picked up a knock. But, yeah, just let's not count chickens. Igor Gomez has headed it clear. Traore has picked up the ball. Kjell Scherpen, I think this is the first time he's actually played at the Amsterdam Arena, or the Johan Cruyff Arena as it is now. Solomon 1-1 with the keeper. Scherpen making a save, showing Ajax what they let go. When I say that, I don't think they intentionally let him go. I think they'd have liked to have developed him at Ajax, to be honest, but they loaned him out to us long enough that his contract expired, forgot about him, and I took him. And that's how it's going to stay, quite frankly. I think he's going to stay around for a while. Martinez doesn't do anything with it. Good work, good stuff all around. Let's hope Igor Gomez picks his fitness back up. That would be ideal. He's picked up a tight calf. Well, hopefully it won't be too tight because I need him to at least get through to half time. De Bruyne has picked up the ball. Let's try and do something. Hoogland, ball forward. Solomon, let's close him down. Well out of position, Makoviak, and he's just slid it past Kjell Scherpen. And to be honest, that goal has probably been coming for a long time. Yeah. Probably been coming for quite a while. Darun to Hoogland, ball over the top to Solomon. Makoviak was not paying attention, and Scherpen couldn't get to it at his near post, though arguably probably should have done. More passion will be a good idea here. Igor Gomez needs to do something with it as well, because needs to start sharpening up. I think he's going to have to come off at half time. I don't think he's going to make it very far into the second, if he does make it that far. We're not really doing much to get at them, which is worrying. Timber with a throw-in to Solomon, back to Timber. Yeah, let's not make that joke. It's just too much effort. Timber on a long mazy run, ball across the field to Gravenberch. We need to get in here, maybe make a tackle. He's got a man out wide. He's taken Felipe well out of position, and Felipe had to scramble to get back. Gomez heads it clear. Gonzalez to Hoogland. Now Tagliafico is running at us. Let's get rid of this. Just into the stands will do me nicely, to be honest. Ball forward by Cruz. Maybe something good's happening here. Shimchak is on his way through. Shimchak, the man who's kind of miraculously found his way into the team, makes it as far as Matip and no further. And we're all a bit at 6s and 7s right now. I'm not going to lie. We're a bit all over the place. Let's get this off of him, off of Solomon, please. Makoviak, come on, run. Back, follow, back. Defend. Doesn't really do any defending. Hoogland from edge of the box on the volley. This Mana Solomon chap is a bit of a threat to us, and I don't really know what to do at this point. I did predict it wouldn't be a great result for us, but I thought it might be a slightly better result than that, and well, then it's looking like, and Hoogland has done very well to finish that, and it's really going to be a show some passion time, boys. I might have to make some kind of changes. Who is not performing apart from everyone? Igor Gomez is going to have to come off, I think. Makoviak has a chance to at least start us back on our way into the game. Gonzalez picks up the throw. Seferovic just gets hacked at. Gonzalez is through, picks it back up. Seferovic can't get the shot away. Makoviak, can he release someone? Alex Rico is probably the man to ease the pressure a bit if he can get the ball to someone. Felipe Cruz on the overlap. He can get a cross in. Just plays it into Longstaff. Matty Longstaff, what a goal. That's why he is becoming very quickly a club legend, Matty Longstaff, because he does stuff like that when we absolutely need him to do stuff like that. Maybe there's a way back into this game. Maybe. That's looking okay. Matty Longstaff with a quality finish, really just powered it home like he didn't care. Let's encourage the team because, you know, we're on the comeback trail. It's half time. We'll see how this goes. How is Igor Gomez is going to have to come off. I think he's going to have to be the man. He's going to have to make way for Belodi. It's going to be, you know, a necessary sub just to keep him fit for the second half. We'll do the individual team talks. I'm going to tell Belodi something useful. Let's tell him that we've got faith in him. Because we do. We do have faith in him. He is actually certainly good enough to be out there. There is an argument he should have been being picked ahead of Gomez in the first place, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, it is what it is. Tagliafico with the throw into Gravenberch, and we need to, you know, be back on our game as Traore gets through. Someone needs to get back here and cover. Traore, Sherpen makes an excellent save, and we've given them a corner, but it was better than the alternative. Sherpen doing really, really well to get a hand to that, and I think, you know, Ajax must be wondering why they let him go at this point, because he has been very good as the last line of defence, even if he hasn't necessarily, he hasn't obviously kept a clean sheet, but he's looked really good when he's been tested and been able to get near it. I mean, the 2 goals they scored, nobody was getting near. Makoviak to Gueye to Belodi. Belodi has options, back to Gueye, probably was the wrong one. But forward to Shimshak, and Matip has picked up the ball, headed away though by Gueye. Hoogland is on the ball now, one of the goal scorers, but let's not lose faith just yet, because we still have possibilities as Rico picks up the ball. If he can get himself free and clear, or someone can get up to support him, all sorts of stuff could happen. List through to Shimchak. Shimchak can't get the shot away. It's probably a bit behind him in truth. I mean, List under-hit the through ball, but definitely a good effort. But Solomon's now going to hit us on the break, and we're in real trouble here. That's a penalty, and Mark Gueye is going to get himself sent off. That's got to be a straight red. It's not a straight red. Okay, let's just make a save. He's got booked for it, I think, but let's make a save. 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 Make yourself a hero, Kjell. Do it. Oh, doesn't even get near it, and that is troubling. Yuri and Timber's first goal of the season. Of course it is. It's always their first goal of the season. It's always the first goal of the season. Show some passion, boys. Let's try and get ourselves back into this game, shall we? Try and get ourselves back in. Makoviak really is having a mare out there. I think I'm going to have to take him off and risk Reece Devine, to be perfectly honest. Solomon is going to whip over the cross, and that's a save, but it's in. And we are being taken apart, and that's definitely going to be time to make that change, because he is the guy underperforming. We'll send on Reece Devine. I don't know who the next sub's going to be. Gonzalez isn't performing, but then neither is List or Shimchak particularly. There is an argument that maybe sending on Nemanja Matic might at least mitigate some damage at this point. I can send on Nemanja Matic and just tell him to break people. It's just a goal-mouth scramble. It wasn't even a particularly pretty goal. Sherpen just couldn't hold the ball when he saved it. List picks it up though from the kick-off. Gueye, let's not make mistakes early on. Gonzalez back to Gueye. Gueye needs to find Devine as fast as he possibly can. or back to Sherpen. Why not? If he hadn't waited so long, I'm sure Reece Devine was waiting for it. Back to Guay, back to Sherpen, up to Rico, Gonzalez, ball through to Liss, back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to have to play it back to Guay. Guay with a ball forward finally to Reece Devine, who's got a chance to go and run with it. I know he's not fit, but we need him to produce something. Reece Devine! Oh, I thought he'd hit the post there. I didn't see the keeper save it. That's danger close. Danger close. I mean, this is the strongest team we could have put out otherwise. If I'd risked Reece Devine from the start, this is the team that would have been the strongest we had available. That's an awfully overhit pass, though. Devine back to Guay. Finally, Devine is facing the right way. He looks like he's really up for this. Valdemar Liss has the ball now. What can he do? Ball to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Guay. Guay with the ball forward. Looking for Devine, presumably, but doesn't find him. And now Marin has picked it up. Darun. Hoogland. Forward to Marin. Ball over the top. And Timber's just got acres of space there. Gets the cross in. Head it clear. Belodi, good work. Only as far as Gravenberch. Darun, I thought he was going to have a shot. Tagliafico apparently fancies it. And I think they're just taking the mick now, to be honest. Tagliafico crosses it. Belodi heads it clear. Timber will put it back into the mixer, you would think, because Reece Devine isn't fit enough to be chasing around, and Darun heads it just over the bar. And it's going to take something really, really special to get us back into this game. I'm not sure where that something special is coming from. Guay needs to come off, but there's no other... I mean, there's Benavides. It's not ideal. I feel like I'm going to take off Felipe Cruz. I'm going to send on... In fact, no, that's probably stupid, isn't it? Let's give it another few minutes while I figure it out, because Felipe Cruz is tiring, so taking off and putting Williams on is the smartest move in terms of fitness going forward. But also I'm aware that Felipe Cruz can change a game more effectively than Nico Williams can. Ball goes back to Sherpen in goal. Guay can't really change a game and is having an absolute nightmare. But also Benavides, he's not really going to contribute much in terms of attacking play. Though Reece Devine's contributed only to their attacking play with that one. Darun across to Tagliafico. And I've got a feeling we're going to go and concede a fifth goal right now. We're going to get absolutely murdered. Ball inside, looking for Darun. Hoogland. Let's maybe keep pressing. Maybe keep pressing. No. Okay, that was too easy. Okay, pressing was too easy. Devine heads to Timber. Yes, Gonzalez makes a tackle. Let's get ourselves a goal. It'll only be a consolation at this point, but let's get a goal. Seferovic has got himself round his man. There's a man sprinting across at him, but Haris Seferovic has got the ball. And don't celebrate, son. Pick the ball up and let's get ourselves back into this game. Because we do have at least an opportunity. At least a small opportunity to make some magic happen. Gonzalez with a really good through ball to Seferovic, who somehow beats two men. The third man comes charging across. I have no idea who that was. But doesn't make it in time to shut Seferovic down. And that's definitely changed my thinking now. Because there are obviously goals in the team we have. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to swap Belodi and Guay, and I'm going to send... I know I'm doing this while defending a corner. You will have to forgive me. I'm going to use Benavides as a ball-playing defender, because he is technically a defensive midfielder, and thus should be able to play as a ball-playing defender. That's the logic I'm going with. Hopefully that makes sense. Well. No matter what we do, they've got an answer for it. No matter what we do. And I shouldn't be surprised. We're playing Ajax. Like, it's not like we're playing some small no-hoper club from the back ends of, Malta or whatever. We are playing Ajax. Liss with a corner. Let's head this away. Into goal would be ideal, but look, just winning it would have been fine. Rico back to Belodi. Belodi in a position he wouldn't normally be in. Gonzalez has options, doesn't take any of them. Ball across to Valdemar Liss. Valdemar Liss back to Benavides. Why not? Back to Benavides again. I mean, now would be a time to make yourself a hero, son, but you shouldn't be there. Shimchak to Liss. Liss plays it through for Shimchak, but Shimchak can't get there because he isn't the Flash. Valdemar Liss's final ball has been really bad today. We're chasing down Onana, apparently. We're just going to kind of force him to run back into his goal. I don't know what kind of tactics that was supposed to be. But Tadic is now on the ball. Let's make a tackle, please. Just a tackle. Oh no, Felipe Cruz going for a red card. Tagliafico gets the cross in. I have no words. I have no words for what is happening right now. You're gonna watch this thinking you should have done this about 90 minutes ago, but yeah, it's gonna be a decision to be made here. We're gonna put Gonzalez in the middle there. I'm gonna put Liss there because none of these guys can play left wing. Nobody on my team can play left wing, which is terrible. I probably should have thought that through. I haven't got any subs left, have I? No. Okay, so Seferovic, what do you do best when you're in attacking midfield apart from probably nothing? You're best as a playmaker on support. Perfect. Valdemar Liss, you probably actually do better as an attacking shadow striker. Gonzalez, deep lying playmaker. Absolutely, why not? It's not going to make a blind bit of difference at this point. Alex Rico, sure, why not 2 deep lying playmakers? How bad can this go? In fact, do you know what? Because I know you can just do that in there. Let's go as unorthodox as is humanly possible with this formation, shall we? Why not? What have we got to lose apart from nothing at this moment in time? Yeah, deep lying playmaker for you. Maddie Longstaff, what do you do best? You do box to box best, so you're going to box to box. You guys are going to be the attacking players. In fact, there is an argument for moving Benavides up into central midfield, into defensive midfield as well. Do you know what? Screw it. We're going to go for it. We're going to go absolutely all out crazy. Because I've got absolutely nothing to lose at this point. We might as well just have some fun with it. We're going with a 3-6-1. A 3-6-1 is just probably the most disgusting thing you'll ever see me do. We're going to make Sherpan a keeper. I don't really want him sweeping. If I can avoid it, not with this going on. Right, let's see what we can do with this. If we somehow come back into this, I've completed football. But I don't get the sense I'm going to have completed football. Let's go very attacking. Sure, why not? Because ultimately we're not going to qualify from this group now. It's pretty much impossible. We have to win all 3 of our last games and hope nobody else does anything spectacular. Confirmation of a 6-2 defeat. That's got to be our biggest defeat ever as well. Which is... Yeah, I don't know why you tell them that we appreciate their efforts either. That seems utterly stupid. Why did I let you do that? Let's tell these selected players that, aggressively, I'm not happy. Oh, you're confused now? Of course you are. If only the assistant manager would watch the game before giving the team talk, or letting me let him give the team talk. Yeah, well... That was predictable, wasn't it? I'm assuming that was our biggest ever defeat. That was not ideal. Let's go to the Johan Cruyff Arena and see what they're going to tell us. This was a far from happy. I'm far from happy. They're definitely not getting a day off. Everyone enjoyed his goal. Well, yeah, but it didn't come to much. Seferovic was good. Everyone else was a bit rubbish. Daroum, he did very well, but, you know, that's life. Right, we're going to come back for the second Ajax game, because why not? And I'll fill you in on everything that happens in between when we get there. See you in a sec. So we're back for the second half of the episode, and we're playing the home game against Ajax. And so far, what we've missed in the game, well, in between what you've not seen, we beat Olimpia Gruitschatz in the league, a 3-1 win. Gonzalez, Gomez, and Seferovic getting themselves goals. Magoma missed a penalty as well, so it could have been an even bigger win. And then we played Pogon and won 4-1. McEachran, Longstaff, and Seferovic getting a brace. Devine and Cruz picked up injuries, which was not ideal because the next game was against Slask, who were sitting second in the league when we played them. Nico Williams had a good game coming in, but we had to play Jedricic at left back, and it kind of all went a bit wrong, and I couldn't get us back into the game. No matter what I tried, we just were not getting back into that game. So yeah, a 2-0 loss, and now we play Ajax. So things are, of course, looking wonderful. Ajax, again, massive favourites. They're still on excellent form, as you'd expect. We have to win all 3 of our remaining games to have any hope whatsoever of getting through the Champions League. I don't even think if you finish 3rd, you get into the Europa League. So that's a thing. But we're going to do our best, because why not, right?
Challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Team today, we've gone a bit classic of a look. Well, the classic look: Sherpen, Cruz, Gomez, Guay, Devine at the back. Rico, Longstaff, Gonzalez and Magoma are the midfield, with Fright and Sterling up top. Williams, Belodi, Seferovic, Shimshak, Makoviak, Matic and Liss are on the bench. So very attack heavy, our bench, which means there's might have to be some manoeuvring that happens to make if we have to change things up, but we'll see how it goes. I considered keeping Liss ahead of Magoma, but I feel like in the Champions League we've looked better with Magoma up top, because Aya Sterling's still struggling for match fitness. It's not an ideal situation, but we'll make it work for us, because we always make things like this work for us one way or another. So that's kind of the plan, and we'll hope for the very best. Their team largely unchanged. Dusan Tadic, of course it's Dusan Tadic, he didn't play last time, did he? Dusan Tadic, the Serbian, 106 caps at this point, is a disgraceful number of caps. Anyone else who's come in that wasn't there last time? I think Martinez Cuarta was there, the Argentine defender. He is back and playing for them. So yeah, just a couple of changes for them, nothing drama. So we'll go into it. We'll see what we can do. The tunnel interview is going to be awful. You can already feel it. Do it for the fans. I don't see why we wouldn't do it for the fans. Of course, that would be too easy. I'm going to tell them all that I have faith in them, because you know, apparently my assistant manager has no ability to inspire people at the moment. What are we going to do to improve our record of having the worst defence in the Champions Cup? We're going to we'll do that one. I don't know the answer to that one. He's a good player, but we'll praise us. He's a wonder kid as well. That's terrifying. Are we happy with this performance at left back? He needs to yeah, we'll see what approach he needs, how he approaches this match, and we'll try and get Keziah Sterling playing the full 90 minutes, because the last few games Seferovic has been scoring, but I don't feel like he's really linked up well with anyone. I feel like Wright and Sterling link up better together than Seferovic with anyone else around him. The Dusan Tadic's got an early free kick. We need to keep this out. Defending, good work, Igor Gomez. Only as far as Darun, who's probably going to put the ball back into the box. He is. Gravenberch is there on the back post. Let's get in front of the ball. We have. Cruz gets rid again. And then we're back at it. Martinez Cuarta. Tadic has picked up the ball. Ball right over to Darun again. Solomon back to Darun. Darun with the ball way too deep for Gravenberch, which means they're going to have to put it back in again. We should be actually trying to defend a little better than we are. Why is one guy defending it? It's 2 people, and why is it Matty Longstaff? The $1 million question. And then Solomon on the back post, and that was just utter garbage. Oh, it's weird, because Ajax are obviously Ajax are 3rd in the group as of the start of this game. They'll be 2nd, I guess, now. But they've looked better against us than Milan or Bayern have, which is interesting. I don't know why. There's no logic to it. But they have looked better, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. We're going to show some passion. I was very much aware from the start that this was largely a money grab exercise. I didn't think we were going to get out of the group. I'd never have suggested we would get out of the group, but we need to be better than we are. I'd just like to see a little bit more commitment, I think, to the cause. We should still be okay for the league going forward, but I just, you know, As much as it's about just gather up the ticket money, gather up the TV money, make as much cash off of this as we can. Oh, come on, that's terrible defending. Sherpen just made a Hollywood save for no reason. Obviously, if you get a draw, you get money for it. If you get a win, you get money for it. So there's still something to play for. Even the last couple of games, there's still bonus prize money to play for. And I don't feel like our players fully grasp that. Yes, we are playing bigger teams. Yes, we expect to get beaten, but also we expect to play better than we are. I expect us to at least put in the effort to try and get a point here and there. It looks like something happened there. Should have scored. I think Devine scrambled it clear. Yeah, I just don't feel like we've got we're showing the commitment to getting results that we could be, that we should be. More passion, please. Just get us back into the game. That'd be ideal. I'm also worried as well that Longstaff and Rico and Gonzalez have got the dotted line of death among them. They don't seem to be able to play together. I'm not sure how to fix that. And it's one of those things that's making me start to think maybe selling Danilic was a mistake. We got stupid money for him, but he tied the midfield better than Alex Rico does, which is a bit of a concern. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how best to fix that. I'm for the first time in a while I'm feeling kind of lost managing this team, in that I don't have ideas in how to make things work better. I mean, I could change formation, and I've tried it, but it doesn't seem to make a big difference. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I get the results out of this team. Akira Wright is having an absolute mare. I think what I might do, I'll do a quick pause. We're going to do a tactics. We're going to do a tactics. I am going to take off Reece Devine because he's tiring. And sending on Makoviak feels like the best way to replace him, although Makoviak is not really good enough to play at the Champions League. Not good enough at all. We're going to switch to the 4-5-1. I'm going to keep calling it a 4-5-1 for as long as I need to. And who is underperforming in midfield? Probably Rico, to be fair. I'm not sure who the next best player in that defensive midfield role is on the pitch. It's probably going to be Longstaff, I guess, which is weird. It's a weird change to have to make. I'm going to take off Rico as well. I'm going to stick on Valdemar Liss. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the answers are here. I need to figure it out. There is an option, of course, to switch this up into being a 4-2-3-1 if I need to. We're going to keep it like that for now, though. That way I've got the one sub if I need it, which will probably be Akira Wright if he carries on playing badly. Because Seferovic, as a lone striker, feels like he can do something. Gravenberch, that was poor. That was really poor. Really, really poor. We're just kind of sinking without a trace against Ajax. They're not the ones. They're not the ones at all. And I don't see any other choices to make here. Tadic is going to take the corner. Let's get the cross in. Let's maybe do something about that. Magoma does an interception. Come on, save it. Good work. Let's more passion. It's not more. It's not passion time yet. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna make the changes I need to make. I think we're gonna try something new. I'm gonna take Akira right off. I'm gonna put Haris Seferovic in there because he can do the role fairly well. Valdemar Liss, I think, is better off as a winger than an inside forward. I feel like he's going to get more involved doing that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Longstaff back there where he's best. Put Gonzalez in there. Magoma, I'm going to use him as a roaming playmaker because that feels smart. And then Gonzalez says he wants to be an advanced playmaker, but we're going to use him as a shadow striker. Why not? Why not try and get him into the box at least, see what we can do with that. It might work, it might not work, but we'll soon find out, because I'm genuinely out of ideas now. I'm genuinely out of ideas about how we try and salvage a point from this game. I feel like Seferovic is going to be our best chance for a goal as a lone striker. It's weird because I didn't think I'd be losing faith in a Kiev right. I certainly think when I signed Seferovic, he'd be the guy I'd be looking to for goals. I thought he'd be the guy I was looking at as kind of the if needs must backup option. Tried him for a few games, started scoring goals, and thought I'd go, went with him. But I didn't think I'd lose faith in a Kiev right to get goals. And now Valdemar Liss is coming inside. Sterling, what can he do? Ball forward would be nice. Ball to Makoviak. Makoviak has options if he can find them. Matty Longstaff is the option. Releases Makoviak. Let's get a cross in across the box. Oh, it's not really landed at one of our players. Sterling, Gonzalez to Magoma. Magoma has a pop. Paris Magoma. And we might have a slim chance. A really, really, really slim chance. Really slim chance of getting ourselves back into this. A really slim chance of stealing a point. At least stealing a point and getting that bonus money. Okay, we might be on the way. We might be on the way. They might just do what they did last time and just suddenly turn up to the next gear and just take us to pieces. Let's go very attacking. Screw it. We're only playing for a point. Let's get that point. Let's see if we can do it. Keziah Sterling picked up a knock again. He's always injured right now. Don't think the new training regimes I've gone to are necessarily doing the job for us. And that's going to end as a 2-1 defeat, I think. It would take something very, very special. That is full time. Oh. It was a better performance than last time. We didn't completely collapse. We were at home, which gave us the advantage, but it was a better performance than last time. It just wasn't the one. It wasn't the one we were looking for. Big decisions to make before the next Champions League game. Big decisions. I was only out for a couple of days. That's good. That's what the press conference says. It sends out the competition. How disappointed are we? I would say I'm not too upset. What are our immediate thoughts? We can be proud of how we played. Predicted to lose heavily. Yeah, we'll say that. He was the best player on the pitch, I guess. Are we concerned? Not at all, because we sent him on loan to learn to play football. I can't be disappointed with going out of the group, though. I can't be disappointed by that. We're going to tell him he was superb in front of goal, because that's all he contributed. Hopefully the board are okay with how that went, because they're still unhappy about the FA Cup, as you'd imagine. That didn't go terribly well for us, and had I thought it through, I would have taken it a bit more seriously. But also, we've played Hoynichenko enough times that you'd think I wouldn't be worried. They're disappointed with us not winning the extra class yet, which is a real concern, as well as not working within the wage budget. But that's to be expected, because I don't think I've done that the entire time I've been here. We're currently at a C+. Looking at things going forward in the league, which is going to be the big thing. Hopefully the sale of the club leads to us getting... I signed a new contract, a 4-year contract. Utterly forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, hopefully the takeover will yield some actual spending money. We're currently sitting 4th in the league. We are 3 points off of Leisure at the top. Yeah, I'm glad we can focus on the league to an extent, but it would be nice to not get completely whitewashed in the group. It would be nice to get some of that money, that bonus money coming in, although we're not doing too badly financially. We've still got 17 million in the bank. We're still projected to finish with about 9.5 million in the bank. It'll probably be 10 by the time we get to it. But yeah, just something needs to change, and I don't know what that is. But in the meantime, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We'll be back. In fact, having switched to that, I was going to say we'll be back. We'll be back with the next game, which is the Champions League tie against Milan. And I'll probably tie that together with the Bayern game. We'll just wrap up the Champions League and then we can move on. So we'll play Milan and Bayern in the next game. That feels like a plan. Right, back to that. Right, thank you for watching, guys. As always, the socials are all down here. Please hit up the socials, Twitter, Insta, Patreon. I always say hit up Insta. I rarely use it. Always on Twitter, rarely on Insta. I don't know. I'm sure it'll all work out. Either way, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe buttons that are yonder, that way. I remember I do this every episode and they're there. Yeah, like and subscribe, because it really helps, and tell your friends about things. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I haven't got a list in front of me, but thank you for being there. You know who you are, you know if you're new. Thank you for joining me. We're still on the march to 100 subs, so if you've got friends who might want to sub that haven't subbed yet, or watch and haven't subbed yet, make sure they sub, because, 100 subs would be a massive milestone for the channel. Yeah, and until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I've been Chasing Lamely. Have a good one.